Okay, this is a demonstration of online divorce from the perspective of the divorce consumer. So you would begin the journey by going to onlinedivorce.lawyer. That's onlinedivorce.lawyer. And you would click on one of the Find Your Local Online Divorce Lawyer buttons, either here or here. And that'll take you to our lawyer locator. You punch in your 5-digit home zip code, and you can choose the distance you're prepared to travel, but in most big cities you can just leave it at a 5-mile radius. Click on Find Locations. And it'll give you all of the online divorce lawyers within that radius. In this particular case, there are 2 of them in the downtown San Diego area. You'd probably want to contact both of them, find out what sort of offerings they have. You can find out a little more information about them by clicking on the map here. This is you, 92101, and then here are the 2 locations that we have. So you can click on either of those and find out a little bit more about the lawyer in question. And you can visit their website. You can get directions from 92101 to their locations. Okay, so you've contacted the online divorce lawyer. You're happy with the services that they offer and the price. You've hired that lawyer. He or she has created an account for you, and you receive an email that contains your user ID and your temporary password, and you are then sent to this location. Now this is a sample of online divorce lawyers, so Robert I. Powell is not a real attorney. This is just for demonstration purposes. From this landing page, you can contact the lawyer in question if you have any questions about what you're doing. What you will most likely want to do is simply go to the login page. Again, you've been sent an email with all of your account opening information. So you would punch in the user ID and temporary password that the online divorce lawyer has provided. And then you just click on Secure Login, and it takes you to the welcome page. Now, this is one of our sandbox accounts. It's a fictitious account, of course. This is not a real person, and none of this data here is real. It's just for demonstration purposes. And this account has already been completed so that I can show you what happens after you've completed the online interview. When you first log in, you will probably want to come to My Account, and you'll want to click on Change My Password and pick a secure password that you will remember, save out of that, and that'll bring you back to the welcome page. In the client menu on the left side of your screen, you will see all of the interview pages that apply to your case. These names of pages are dynamic, and they will change as you go through the interview and answer certain questions. We don't waste your time on any data requests that are not necessary in your case. So for example, if you indicate that there are no minor children of the marriage, then obviously you don't need to wade through the child custody, child support, parenting, visitation pages. So the interview is smart, and it's dynamic, and it changes as you go. Let's jump into a couple of pages here so you can see the type of information that's requested. Most of this information, particularly on the top pages of the interview, is fairly easy. It's stuff that you're going to know right off the top of your head. You move through the interview in one of 2 ways. You can either click on one of the next buttons. There's one at the bottom of each page and another at the top of each page. You can read these instructions up here that sort of orient you to what's going on this particular page. We have a built-in help system, so if you click on any of the help icons that you see, either this question mark or the exclamation point, it will open up context-sensitive help and give you instructions on specifically what's being asked for on that page. And you'll notice that those appear, there's none on that page except these two general ones up here. But later on I'll show you that there are some help icons that are that are attached to individual text boxes here where there's some question that arises that you may well need some assistance on. So you can move through the interview sequentially just by clicking the next buttons. Like here, for example, is just such a help item. My spouse partner's first name. That's probably just going to tell you they want the legal name. It's not a nickname or anything like that. So you can see that is fairly helpful and context sensitive. Probably the best way to go through the interview is just keep on clicking on these next buttons. But sooner or later you're going to get to a point in the interview where you're not going to immediately have all of the data that's requested on that specific page. So what you want to do at that point is you want to log out by clicking on the log out lower left or upper left, and then you go away and you get the information that you didn't know. You can do that in 2 minutes, or you can return in 2 days. It doesn't matter. This goes at your own pace. You log back in. Let's say that the information you didn't have was something about your income. So you had to go and find that out. Maybe you had to go and look at a tax return or something like that. So when you come back to the interview, you don't have to go sequentially through each one of these individual pages, of course. You can just click on that page in the client menu, go directly to that page, plug in the information, and then you're done. In the menu here, you can see check marks in each of these boxes. They indicate that that page has been completed. So when you start, none of these check boxes will have check marks in them. But as you get closer to the end of the interview, you'll be able to look at the menu and check and see how far you have to go. So when you see that all of these check boxes are full, you come and you click on Check Interview, and this does 3 things, and it tells you those 3 things up here. Right here, it checks that the interview is in fact complete, and if it's not complete, let's say you didn't see a check mark was missing in one of those interview page boxes, then it'll tell you right here what page you need to go back to and complete. Second thing it does is to check for certain time-critical issues in your case. They're fact-dependent, so if there's nothing in your specific case that is a time-critical issue, then there won't be anything here, and in most cases there are not. The third thing it does here is to make sure that nothing critical has changed since you completed the interview, because you might have completed the interview 10 seconds ago, or you might have done it 10 days or 10 weeks ago. So now you're coming back to finalize, and we want to make sure that nothing here has in fact changed. So you read each of these, you put a check mark in the box if nothing has changed, and then you're done basically with your input, and now you need to activate the online divorce lawyer. You press that button, you get that page which tells you that the lawyer has simultaneously received an email, and he or she is now being activated, and they will do their thing, so to speak. They will check your case, check it for any legal problems, check it for any strategy that needs to be discussed with you, check it for any potential problems that they can see in the case, and then they will download the appropriate batch of documents and be in touch with you to do a a review, a document review of your case before the case gets filed at court. Okay, so thanks for watching. That's just a brief demonstration and introduction of what you can expect in an online divorce lawyer, online divorce interview. Thanks for watching.